I hope all is well. Packer fans, you should be in ecstatic right now. You should be happy. What's the word I'm looking for? Everything. Like you guys started the season off a little raunchy, and for the better part because obviously Jordan Love, he just Jordan Love just was a new quarterback, new face coming in, taking over a new franchise, pretty much franchise QB. Aaron Rodgers leaving, but out of nowhere, pretty much after I would say after that Vikings loss, you guys started turning it around. You beat the Rams, you beat the well, you lost to the Steelers, but you beat the Chargers, you beat the Lions on Christmas, then you turn around and beat the Chiefs. I'm scared to say this. Y'all, if y'all get in the playoffs, y'all are going to be a scary football team. And it's not like you guys don't have a bad defense because you guys invested in that defense. The only problem that the Packers have right now is their offensive line issue. But Jordan Love and those young receivers and that tight end, oh, you guys, oh man, oh my goodness. You guys are a problem. And it's not like you guys are playing, you're not playing horrible, right? You're actually dominating. It's amazing how the domination is. Like, you know what I mean? The domination that is so good for you all right now that the way you guys just manhandle the Chiefs on Sunday night, I was like, I got to talk about this. All right, so let's organize this and put this in a better order for everybody. All right, first things first. Hey, I'm a YouTuber that has a job, and I just like football, just like you do. That's why you're here, right? That's why we're here. So of course, always like, comment, and of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm here to talk about a couple of things. The Green Bay Packers, and I want to dive right into it. I want to talk about Jordan Love. I want to talk about Christian Watson. And then I want to talk about who the heck do y'all think y'all are? Let's dive in. First things first, all right, let's break it down. Jordan Love, a little suspect, a lot to worry about, but understanding. Can be coachable, can find ways to win, ready to take on a challenge. And that's what I like about him. What I realize, what I'm looking at when I see Jordan Love play, I'm seeing a quarterback that's finding his way. And this is really good because right now in the NFC North, what they did on Thanksgiving and what they did this week against the Chiefs lets me know that not only can they hang with the top teams, they can beat the top teams. It's a long NFL season, especially with 17 games, and the Packers are finding their identity. A.J. Dillon's doing decent. Musgrave is doing decent. Christian Watson is coming. Jaden Reed is doing all right. Wicks is doing good. These are a lot of young receivers, and they're all growing up on the field before our very own eyes. The only problem, like I said, is the offensive line, like I said early in the video. However, the main focus I want to look at is Jordan Love and how he's handling all this. Understanding that you got some obviously big shoes to fill with, Aaron Rodgers. Then before that is Brett Favre. This franchise knows how to draft quarterbacks. I got to give them credit where credit is due. They are doing a good job of that. And it's only showing even better with, Jordan Love right now. And I know we're saying like, oh, it's only been a few games, this and that. But him and Matt LaFleur were not on the same page at the beginning of the season. And it showed. The offense looked like that. Now, it seems like they understand each other a little bit more better. And it's only going to get better because time. And the more reps he's getting, the more games he's playing, it's showing that it can work in Green Bay. So for Green Bay fans, before I move on to my next subject, this is actually a really good problem to have, is that you have Jordan Love, good receiving core. Well, we'll say above average receiving core. We'll say above average receiving core because I'll get into that. But address that O line, take care of that, and you guys will be all right. You'll be all right on that. Now to my next subject, Christian Watson. Christian Watson can be an elite receiver in the NFL. I think it's best. Now, Packer fans, don't hurt me on this. Let Christian Watson rest. Let him rest that hamstring, because I guarantee you this. If the Green Bay Packers get in the playoffs, you do not want to see Christian Watson, Lucas Musgrave, one-on-one with Wicks, one-on-one with Jaden Reed. You do not want those problems. And I know how great, San Fran is and Philly is with their front seven. The Cowboys with their front seven as well. I get that. Lions, their D-line is good. But still, covering all those receivers I just named is a lot of work. And Christian Watson is probably a really bright spot in this Packers offense. Hell, let alone the team. He's really good. And people are on the cusp. Is he a bust? Is he not a bust? Overhyped? Is he underhyped? All these things. To be real with you and honest with you, Christian Watson really knows that he's a good receiver. I think sometimes he gets in his own way. And that injury with the hamstring pretty much sidelined him for most of the season, pretty much back and forth, off and on, off and on, off and on. Now, I'm understanding that this dude is a really good talent. I don't want him to be like Julio Jones. Hamstring Julio is what I used to call him. Let's not have that. Just let him rest. Take care of business. You have enough offensive weapons around him. Make it work. Make it work till you get to the playoffs. Then you utilize him. Unleash him like the freaking X-Men, Weapon X. Do that. Do not overuse Christian Watson. Like, of course, how the San Francisco 49ers are going to overuse Christian McCaffrey. They do it every year, literally. Run him to the ground, and he's banged up in the playoffs. Don't do this with Christian Watson. You have too many good receivers in your arsenal to not use them to their advantage. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, too, the catch. Them sick catches. Like, the catch against the Chiefs was nasty, bro. Like, ooh. It was a primetime game, too. That's the crazy thing about it. Like, obviously, back-to-back, the Packers have had the Thanksgiving game, then they had the Sunday night football game. So I got to see a lot more Packer games. And I wasn't really paying attention to the Packers because, I'm not going to lie, the Lions pretty much stole y'all thunder. The Lions and the Vikings, with the Josh Dobbs story, the Justin Fields saga, and then the Lions, they're out here winning. The Packers kind of fly under the radar there in this whole little division, which is very weird because the Packers run the division. And as you've noticed, I've kind of segued into my final point here. The playoff push for the Packers is very real. It can happen. I believe it will. I think you have to handle, if I'm not mistaken, let me look at your schedule. Looking at the schedule real quick, some very winnable games. Obviously, you got the Giants on Monday night. That's a win. The Bucks, cusp. That might be something. Panthers, depends on if they hire a coach or if they're just playing to just get through the season. That should be a win right there. Vikings, very winnable, but I think the Vikings could beat them. It depends. And, of course, the Bears, very winnable, depends. Justin Fields is still on his interviewing process for the rest of the NFL. So you got your last 5 games, you could probably pull out 4 out of 4-1, and you get in those playoffs, you're going to be a problem. But in that wild card, you're going to be a problem. I'm just saying, Green Bay's got a good shot at this. Good shot at this. A better shot than most people think. So, with the Christian Watson thing, like I said, just sideline him for a couple more weeks. Let that hamstring heal 100%. You don't need him against the Giants. You don't need him against the Panthers. You know what I mean? You need him the Vikings game. And if bad meets worse, you lose the Viking games, use him for the Bears game to seal it in. You know what I'm saying? You don't really need to utilize him. As for Jordan Love, continue to keep building the chemistry with Matt LaFleur. The offense is looking really good right now. I like what's going on. I'm a defensive guy. Defensively, I think that the Packers invested a lot on their defense, and it's time to see that check get fulfilled. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Packers fans, let me know in the comments if I got you 100%. I am a Texans fan, so I'm on the outside looking in, but I dive in when I can. Appreciate you, peace.